into a buy-to-let property, first and foremost, if you've got that 100 grand in cash, you're tying that money up. It's locked in the property, isn't it? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yeah? It's locked in the property. Google tells me, I've not made these figures up by the way, Google tells me 6% or maybe even 7% a year gross income from the rent is good. Do you think 6 or 7% a year is good?
No.
I think it's crap. Why is that amount of homes building in your area this year, please? Yeah? This lot have doubled and sometimes, in some cases, trebled it. They said we're going to build 150,000 new homes over the next 12 months and 1.5 million by 2030. But look at the figures. 560,000 gross profit. If 10,000 of your 50,000 was into that site or a site like it, you'd be having £84,000 back. You can turn that into that, 50 grand into 200 grand or more. It could be less. But how disappointed would you be if within 12 to 18 months you'd put 50 grand in, you'd had it back, and you'd made, I don't know, only another 40, 45, 50 grand. You wouldn't be that gutted, would you? You know? It wouldn't be a bad day. Certainly better, in my view, than having your money tied up in a property on one of those sites that I've just showed you. I'm Steve Q and I've been speaking at AfrikExcellence today. Had a fantastic time, an amazing audience, super receptive, super positive, good senses of humour. And George was just absolutely a fantastic host, and I hope to be invited back again soon.
Especially with those who have responsibility back home, every month you have to be sending money to Africa. So which means what? You have to work tireless. Even if you don't have money, you have to do what? Extra shift to send to them. So this is what we focus on. We help people to learn how to get their money working for them and how to become debt-free. That is, if you're struggling with debt, any form of debt, we educate you on how to deal with it and how to become what? Financially independent. Well, gone are the days 10 years ago, probably you could work back to back, but now it came to a point that you don't even want to go to work. Why? Because what? Your body is tired. The question is, what have you done if you get to that stage that your body is tired? We talk about financial independence. Are you prepared? Everything takes what? Planning. Life insurance. I know sometimes when people hear about life insurance, they think that they're going to die. But that's not true. We get life insurance because what? Not because we're going to die, but because the people that we love are going to live after us. We want that the next generation, they'll say Grandma Teresa or Grandpa George, because he insured himself, when he passed away, we managed to be able to secure enough money to support ourselves, even send our children to grammar school. So this is what we do to tell people the importance of having the right insurance. Just they are different many times. So we will educate.
So at this part, I'm going to have to go really quick because we need to have time for the next speaker. So next part, please. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the Rule of 72. Who's heard of this? The Rule of 72. George? Yes, great. Anyone else? Okay, so not a lot of people have heard of the Rule of 72, but this rule has been in existence for over 400 years. Okay, so next please. So the Rule of 72, divide your interest rate into 72 to find the approximate number of years it takes for the money to double. Now, it's quite good actually, because the previous speakers talked about investment, okay, and Steve talked about 6% not being really great, that kind of thing. Now we're thinking, and now a lot of people think, okay, so 6% is not great, so how do I get a higher percentage? So if you click on the next one, okay, so the Rule of 72 says you need to divide 72 by the interest you get. So for example, let's say you have a bank account, yeah, and you have money in savings. How much interest would you say the bank will give you? How much? Anyone can take a guess? How much would the bank give you if you have any savings? Yeah, 2-3%, not a lot, right? Now, imagine if you're getting 3%, okay, if you divide 72 by 3, okay, 72 divided by 3 gives you 24. So basically what that tells you is, if you're getting 3% interest from your bank right now, it would take you, and let's say for example you have £10,000 in your bank, yeah? It would take you 24 years for 10,000 to become 20,000 without you having to add or remove anything. Most people will save the money rather than invest it because they want to see the money whenever they open the bank account, they can see it. And some people, they actually think money is kept in a vault. When in fact, what do the bank do with our money? Who knows? Well, what do the bank do with the money? Yes. Yes. What else? They lend it out. They invest it. Yes. They work with our money. So our money is not sat in the vault. The money is being worked by the bank. So the third example, imagine that someone, they have £10,000 and they decide to leave, they put the money in the bank and the bank decides to give them 3%. Right? Now, that £10,000, the bank will use that £10,000, they will lend it, they will invest it like we discussed. And then, if you click on the next one, please. Now, at 12%, the money is growing every 6 years. So 72 divided by 12, that's 6. Every 6 years, the money that you've left in the bank account is doubling for the bank every 6 years. And how long have you got to wait to see 20,000? 24 years. And then they made that £20,000 in 6. Now, look at this. And now this, when I saw this, I was like, what? 2 million. So at 48 years later, the bank would have made 2,560,000 from the £10,000 that you've deposited in the account, and they give you only 40,000 at 48 years later, but they keep in 2,520,000. Now, when I saw this, I was outraged. I'm sure most of us are, right? But that's literally what the bank do. Now, I've got a friend of mine who's a bank manager. He doesn't leave his money in the bank. Most bank managers don't leave money in the bank because they know that money grows when it's invested. When it's not invested, money doesn't grow. In fact, money depreciates. You lose money when you leave money in the bank. What's the first problem that this Rule of 72 resolves? Who can think about one thing that this Rule of 72 resolves? Just by doing that, yes, cash flow. Exactly right. That means that your money is growing. Basically, if you decide to take a holiday, you decide to stop working for a year, guess what? Because your money is invested, your money is still growing. That's when we say making money while you're sleeping. Because you're not doing anything, but your money is still growing. Who would like that? Everyone. So let's start doing the right thing now. Let's start making the right decisions now. Instead of leaving the money in the bank, let's start thinking about ways where we can increase our money. And George was thank you for organizing this event, because this is now helping us to see different ways where we can make our money grow. You need money to do anything. So if you don't know the rules, you will win, you will lose every single time. And most of us, we go by our days, we work, but because we don't know the rules, okay, we're never actually able to see anything. That's why you see a lot of people when they get to retirement age, they're frustrated, they're angry, they're not happy, because they think, I've invested 40, 50 years of my life working hard, 2, 3 jobs, and look at me, I'm not able to even afford a bottle of wine. So what we show people is to look at how revolving debt can erode your financial security. Now, most of us will think credit card. Now, who here has heard credit card is good for you? It's good for your credit file. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people tell us credit card is good for your credit file. But no one tells us how to use credit card to benefit our credit file. And the problem is because we don't know what to do, we get credit card and it actually does the opposite. It damages our credit file because we don't know what to do. When you're building a house, what is the most important part of building a house? Foundation. Foundation, 100%. The foundation is the most important part. Now, the foundation is risk management. Now, every company, this building has risk management. Okay, so buy the right kind of protection. Now, this is one of the last things that I want to mention today about protection. Now, there's different type of protection. Okay, so now we all have a car. Most of us have a car. And we insure it, right? Next. We all have a house. You insure it? Now, how much is our life worth? So if you have insurance for your car, you have insurance for your house, how much is your life worth? Do you think you can do without having life insurance? Okay? So what we do, we help people to understand the different type of insurance that exist, how it works, so that you can make the right decision. Because one thing we found is that a lot of people, they have insurance but they don't have the right one. And some don't have insurance because they just don't understand it. So Ted said that we take life insurance not because we're going to die, but because people that we care about will continue to live on. Right? So this is basically what we teach families. And we believe people need to know this, especially in our community. Not a lot of people have the right mindset about insurance. And as soon as you mention life insurance, they start showing the cross because they think, if you want their death.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Right, if you want to know more about what Teresa and Ahmed do, the contact number have been shared, and we will contact them, and they will get in touch with you within 72 hours. Okay, the next presenter, and this is a guy that left his company when he was promoted to the position of CEO. And he said to himself that, okay, I'm promoted now, so what next? He cannot do anything else, so there's a limit to what he can achieve. And he decided to say no and go and create his own company because there's not a limit to what he can do. But we're not going to go to America and say, Jeff Bezos is in America, but we have someone here in the UK. And that person has made year after year millions of pounds of turnover in what he does. And he's here with us. And he's happy to share with you his strategies. And if you want, you can just duplicate what he does. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Alain Degoy.
The English Jeff Bezos.
Thank you so much. So, I'm a little bit excited because, first of all, English is not my first language. I've been in Germany before, and I came here 8 years ago. I never went to school, so excuse my English.
No worries. No.
Right. So my name is Alban Degoy. So today we are going to talk about making money with Amazon FBA. So how to make a rich life from Amazon FBA. So that's the topic. So let's start. So that was me before. Like this. And I was poor, living in Germany, and then I decided to move here to the UK because I knew there is something to do here. So this is me now, with my family. So we have another one that joined us. So I have 3 boys. Wow. This is my wife, and this is when I bought my car. Online, and how we can start cheap. So this is my result from 2023, and you can see here, for example, the number of orders I made in a period of time. I can't remember exactly. I think this is 6 months or things like that. I don't know. From September, and you can see up there the total amount of money I made just on Amazon in the UK, because I will tell you exactly how we do it in the UK and in other countries as well. So this is only in the UK. So how to start with Amazon, or what is Amazon? Somebody knows what is Amazon?
It's a platform.
It's a platform, yes. Anything else?
It's a marketplace.
Good, it's a marketplace. Most visited site in the world. And as you can imagine, half of the population of the world visit Amazon every month. Half of the population of the world. So 4.7 billion people log on to Amazon to buy stuff. But for me, Amazon is not just for shopping, it's also to make money. So you can see here, for example, 600 million items sold on Amazon. And 12 million of the 600 millions are sold by Amazon, and the rest are sold by people like you and me. To start with Amazon, you don't have to worry about a lot of money. You can start on Amazon with £1,000. But my recommendation to start on Amazon is £3,000, because you will avoid starting with.
It's really easy. And the next thing is to list the item. So when you list the item, you have to write a description, to make some picture, and to give a price. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is marketing. So you will then start to advertise your product to Amazon to make money. And when it sells, you just have to rinse and repeat. So you find another product and you do the same thing again and again. Always start with one product, because when you have 3, 4 items and you don't know the process, that will be challenging. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Thank you.
Everything that has been said here today will mean nothing to you if you don't take action. So you have to take action. You have to take action. So guys, you have the QR code, scan it. There's a questionnaire that you need to fill and tell us